Evening, everybody. How are you doing? How's everybody? Hey, see you guys. Thanks for tuning in for tonight. Welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, this was a good choice. I put some eggnog in coffee, as one should, because according to Winn-Dixie, it's eggnog season. And I couldn't be happier about that. I could not be happier about eggnog season. Anyway, I mean, regardless of whether, of how far away, um, uh, Christmas season is. And as much as you may know, I despise the whole Christmas creeping earlier and earlier and earlier. In fact, that's actually the subject of one of my videos that I'll tell you what afterwards. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it. So I'll write that down so I don't forget. In any case, despite my detestation of the whole Christmas creeping earlier and earlier, Halloween creeping earlier and earlier, and Thanksgiving moving around like no one could ever possibly predict, I'm a sucker for eggnog. Can't say no. Absolutely can't say no. Chamomile tea does sound pretty nice, though. But, and honestly, really does. I've been talking a lot this week, shouting a lot this week, as it so happens, and that is something I am looking forward to talking and complaining about, is the amount of shouting I had to do this week, in particular on Wednesday. Not had to. I got myself into the mess. It was... Keto eggnog. I don't imagine that's possible. Although, well, I don't know. It's mostly fat and protein. Yeah, it's pretty much mostly fat and protein. It shouldn't be too I mean, the milk, you need very whole, probably even cream. So, is cream, I don't know if cream is keto, though. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, this is, in fact, Kylie says this is giving Gringotts and Harry Potter vibes. This is the Bank of Saint Denis, if you remember from the big robbery scene. So, since I am still in Saint Denis, I was on a little bit in between streams, doing a little bit of hunting and doing a little bit of turning things in, making sure the quests were lining up as I expect them to. So, we're gonna go meet. Let's jump into it. We're gonna go meet Charles on the Wapiti Reservation, and go and rescue eagle flies from the army camp. Oh, okay. Switch out the sugar and add sweetener. Heavy cream or something. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much you would need in terms of sweetener, but you could probably do that sort of thing. I'm trying to think of what exactly would work well. Sweetener. Honey? Honey would be delicious, but that would be very strange. I don't know how that works as far as keto. Kevin probably knows. I do. He's our meat guy. I assume. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know if you're keto or anything. I just know your appreciation for meat. So. Oh, honey isn't keto. Oh, that's really disappointing. I have a wonderful supplier, a friend of my dad's, where I get he keeps bees. I have a good store of very fresh, very wonderful honey. It's dark amber kind of very, very good. Put it over some ham, for really just about anything. It's very good stuff. In Greek coffee, one of the stranger things that definitely can make good use of a nice fresh dark amber honey is Greek coffee. It really is. If you're not familiar with Greek or Turkish coffee, they're very, very similar. But if you're not familiar with either of those, familiarize yourself with those. Turkish more so if you aren't into the whole sweetened thing. Greek coffee is necessarily very, very sweet. So if you're not into very sweet coffee, go more towards Turkish, less towards I am going to go. Well, how difficult would it be for me to go the other direction? Ah, the answer is very. I can at least go around this lake. I'm gonna go around this lake because I haven't explored this area of the map up here. So I'm going to. See, I don't know as far as ingredients for eggnog what you could substitute for milk and cream and whatnot, especially just because the milk is more like a binding agent to go with the creaminess than it is to supply the creaminess, because a lot of the creaminess comes from the actual egg, as far as I understand it. I've never actually made my own eggnog. That is one thing I have not made. I am always talking about cooking, but eggnog is one thing that I have not actually made myself. It's very good, but I always just go store-bought. Southern Comfort is a good brand. Here we go. Southern Comfort's a really good brand. Their vanilla spiced eggnog is so very good, and that's what I currently have in my coffee. It does make very good coffee, and even better, I'm a little too lazy to do this most of the time. But if you steam it, like steamed milk in a latte, the foam you get from a nice eggnog, and make a latte out of that, or I'm more like a cappuccino. The ratio works a little better, but something like that with the foam of with eggnog foam. Oh my god, that is spectacular. Riding, relax, sir. It says monk fruit's awesome. So you guys are talking about different sweeteners, almond milk and monk fruit sweetener. Monk fruit's awesome. It has a cooling effect if you eat it as well. That actually sounds like it might work really well for eggnog. My aunt makes homemade eggnog every Christmas, and I'm sad I won't be able to partake. Yeah, I understand. And I don't, like I said, I don't do really homemade eggnog. I maybe should one of these days. The process of making it with the raw egg and all that is a little bit off-putting to me. I don't know. I understand it in theory, and I eat it when I eat it all the time. But it's a little bit. What's that? What's he doing? Curious. Go say howdy. Probably gonna try and shoot me, threaten me. What in the world? Okay. That was interesting. I think these were more of those crazy hill folk. Better actually take some guns out, because apparently there's crazy hill folk around here. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, Kylie, I agree. I definitely should. Try making my. It would definitely be a thing to do. Oh look, they were carrying a dead woman. Torch. I'm going to not loot the dead woman. Oh, and I dropped the torch. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, let's move right along, shall we? Yeah, Kylie, good to hear you're getting back on track. That's good. I mean, I know this isn't the right answer, but I tend to think that well, I don't know. Health-wise, I don't know if this is actually correct, but it seems to me that a more cyclical approach to dieting, that sort of thing, seems at least psychologically helpful, even if it's not the most effective way of dieting and losing weight or maintaining weight. It's, I don't know. I'm well, maybe I'm getting a little bit infected by the fact that we're talking about Epicureanism next week in one of the classes. Maybe that's infecting my mind a little bit, but I do tend to think that a nice I don't want to say balanced diet, but a balanced approach to diet probably pretty psychologically. Oops. wrong turn. How about a treat, you? Little treat. Oh, celery.
Okay, boy.
Anyway. So. Yeah, I'm not one to I'm not really one to talk about these things, to be honest. I'm not one to stick to dieting too. I can stick to spiritual exercises like fasting. But that's somewhat different from a psychological and spiritual perspective. It's the same reason I never was one to exercise for the sake of exercising. I had always, for most of my life, exercised for the sake of training for things. I was in martial arts for years. In college, I also did LARPing and things. And so I would exercise in a sense, but it was mostly to train. It was to keep skill and strength and agility, everything that you would need to do these things, up and in good condition. I never saw the point of exercising just for the sake of fitness. I could never get myself to do that sort of thing. Same with dieting. I can eat healthy, yes, but sticking to something restrictive it's never agreed with me too well, and I've never had the I've never put in the effort to stick to a diet too carefully. Maybe I should. My mind chafes at such self-imposed restrictions. I don't think they're gonna like me here. I'm gonna go. Saying hi. Kevin says I have trouble with spiritual fasting because I'm so used to regular 24-hour fasts. Kylie responds to that. That's awesome. It's amazing the amount of energy I have since starting on keto. I also found that the exercise thing, it's a mood boost for me. It really helps with my anxiety. Yeah, and that's cool. And I mean, it is helpful, right? Being physically active and that sort of thing. Kylie, we talked about this at school the other day. Well, how I don't use elevators anymore.
Hey there, mister.
Pretty much at all. And I have some classes on the 3rd floor for the most part. So, and I make a point out of always taking the stairs and parking far away and all that kind of stuff. Hold on, let me change clothes. Oh. There we go. Better weather. Better for the weather. Oh, that's weird, the coattails. All right.
Easy now.
Okay, the coattails are freaking me out. I'm gonna have to get off the horse and get back on. Okay. Good? We're good? We're good? Okay, we're good. Let's get back on here. Oh, it's still doing it. Okay, that's fine.
Hey, mister.
Alright, so... Well, yeah, gotta be polite, even if it's... wind is howling and rain is falling. Gotta make their day a little bit more pleasant, you know? I think I hear wolves. That's not pleasant. Let's not do explosives. Let's go with... bells.
Hey, easy now. Easy. Whoa.
I wonder if that'll scare him off. Yeah, probably. Anyway. Oh, railway station. Oh, we're coming back here soon. There's a job here. It's funny. Kylie says, I'm an exercise at home where no one can see type of gal. And Kevin says, same here, Kylie, except I'm not a gal. Yeah. I'm, again, if I'm exercising, it's usually for something specific. And if I'm not doing anything specific, that unfortunately means I'm not typically doing a lot of exercising. So, too. Oh, that's that place. That's the place with the creepy Frankenstein monster. Little house. Anyway, while we're roundabouting this river, or this lake up here, I'll start talking a little bit about the chaos that was happening on USF's campus on Wednesday. I don't know if you guys saw this, at least on my personal Facebook page. Shared a news article from USF's newspaper, the Oracle, and I talked a little bit about my experience with some of the protesters. So what happened initially was Caitlin Bennett, who is a sort of conservative pro-Trump activist with mostly with Liberty Hangout, that page and everything like that sort of pseudo organization. She came to campus to do her usual thing of interviewing people and challenging liberal students' beliefs and in large part making leftists look like fools. That's kind of her thing. She exposes ignorant people who really don't know very much about politics, but just sort of have default unthinking left of center positions. Just because it's what one does when one is 18, that kind of thing. She doesn't really approach intelligent and well thought, well read and careful thinking people usually, because it's not her shtick, right? Her shtick is to make fools out of fools, you know. And so naturally, the mob appeared because she, a pro-Trump woman, dared to show her face, saying all sorts of rude things, shouting at all sorts of people, not just her, but also people wanting to talk to her. It was, in short, awful. The protesters were absolutely barbaric. It's really the best way I have to put it. But again, to be expected from such things, unfortunately, for those kinds of events. It's exactly what I've come to expect. With things like nice, fully bonded with people. So it's things like a lot of the students I talked to who were not part of the protests. I talked to a few of the protesters, talked loudly because that's the only way they can hear you. But I spoke to some of the students who were not protesting, who were just there to try and interact, and they wanted to talk to her because they disagreed. These were left-leaning people, left-leaning students, who wanted to talk to her and disagree with what she had to say. But in trying to get to her to speak and to actually talk and hold a conversation, they were basically attacked by the protesters. And by attacked, I mean they were shouted at, as of course. They were threatened, so explicitly threatening. They were called all sorts of names from Trump supporter all the way up to racist, sexist, Nazi, white supremacist, which is especially ironic because some of the people who were called racists, sexists, Nazis, and white supremacists were a couple of people I talked to. One was a woman who was called a Nazi and a racist and a sexist, and a black man who was called a white supremacist by the screaming, unthinking mob. Because that is sort of just how they work. Sorry, Kevin. Protests are my least favorite part of democracy. I despise these sorts of things. And maybe I'm biased because I was teaching directly above this protest when it began, because I was basically unable to get class done because there was shouting and chanting and screaming and throwing things and more screaming, and beating on drums and things and shouting into horns and all that kind of nonsense directly below the window of my classroom. So between classes, naturally, I went down to see what was going on, to see if I could talk sense into literally anyone. That chance of it, but thought, what the hell, why not? And of course, the reason why not is because it was a hopeless. It was hopeless. I tried to, do the whole, hey guys, hey, there's classes right there, right now. First, people didn't believe me. They thought that because they weren't in class right now, that there aren't any in-person classes on campus, which isn't true. There are quite a few. I informed them of this, and I informed them that I had just been teaching one, literally through the window I pointed. I'm going to go to another one in that window next to it in a few minutes. And of course, they at first didn't believe me, eventually believed me, and then explicitly didn't care. And that was honestly one of the more shocking parts that I had. Evans says, Professor, you know me better than that. I hate both democracy and protests. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I didn't detect the sarcasm before. I should have. In any case, though, right, I was talking very loudly, but that's only, again, not in a combative way, but just, sorry, I keep turning the camera here. Not in a particularly combative way, just to try and figure out what the hell was going through these people's minds, and the only way I could do that was by talking loudly, because there was chanting and screaming going on, because of course there was. And so one woman I was talking to, I asked, why are you here? If you're not here willing to respect the academic process, and you're actively interrupting other students' learning that they're paying a lot for, why are you at a university? And do you not care about education? Are you not here for an education? And she was surprisingly honest and said, no, she's not here for an education. She's here to be part of a community and to become an activist. Oh, I can't go in there. So she explicitly said that she doesn't care about the university, didn't care about it being a university, an institution of higher learning. That was not what she, or presumably, I don't necessarily presume that she speaks for all of the protesters, but certainly for quite a few of them. That they're not there to care about education, to care about learning, or to care about knowledge, or least of all, to care about intelligent dialogue. No, they're there because it is a community in which they can organize. And that's, as an educator, that's heinous to me. Why are you there? Especially if you're not only just going to be there not to learn, but to be there while interrupting other students' learning that actually want to be there to learn. That is, to me, absurd. It's grossly disrespectful, as far as I can tell. Kylie says, I've been wondering what the government would be like without the whole two-party system. Would it be more peaceful? What would be in place of it? Well, I mean, there are far too many options to consider for other than a two-party system. There's a one-party rule, which is a problem. There's a parliamentary system, that sort of thing. A lot of European democracies, and of course, something more like I would prefer, which is not a government, or a voluntary government, let's say, or polycentric governments, governments to which you can voluntarily take part in, subscribe to if you want to go with an overly commercial description. But no, it's I should not have been as shocked to hear that as I was. I've always heard, and I've always been told that the mob, wherever you find them, are like this. Hey, WizKid, we were just talking about chaos yesterday. And you whining about it a lot. And I was just saying that I was far more shocked than I maybe ought to have been. To hear just explicitly, boldly, and honestly from a student, I believe a student, in the protest, that she has no concern and no care for education or learning. That's not what she's there for. She's there to become an actor. It's, Oh, Kevin asks a very good question. Do you think that situation is truly a form of aggression? Deprivation of time allotted for education that is being paid for. Um, yes, but not necessarily. Maybe not directly. If anything, it's something like a violation of contract, right? Because the university is accepting payment for in exchange for delivery of classes, right? And if the university environment is preventing that, then the university has something like an obligation under that contract to prevent those disruptions.
Hello, Charles.
Oh, okay, let's go talk to Charles. He wants to talk to us now.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
The chief, he's very... Maybe you could speak to him?
Yes, why I came.
He's in his
Honestly, WizKid, honestly,
bed. I'll wait for you here.
I think honestly she may have been too self-aware. She and a lot of these protesters may have been too self-aware to be fully ideologically possessed, using the term. I think it may be beyond that. I think it really is a deliberate choice rather than this kind of... I think it is probably a deliberate kind of choice rather than it just being kind of going along with what one learns in this institution because they're not interested in learning from the institution, even from the Marxists, etc. Which, various professors are various kinds of Marxists. I know this, of course I do. It almost goes without saying, but and it's obviously not every. It's unfortunately common, but even still, that doesn't make a difference if the students are not there to learn from them. The students think they know already what the right thing and the wrong thing is. WizKid says, "You think? Geez, that makes it far, far worse." Shows how far gone they truly are. Yeah, and it's very bizarre. It was a surreal kind of experience, especially because I walked immediately after wandering through the protest and trying to get them to shut the hell up because I had a class directly above them in just a few minutes. It was I then walked 10 feet away from the chanting crowd, which incidentally were all shoulder to shoulder, face to face, wearing masks, but also touching each other, sweating each other, and sneezing and yelling and shouting and spitting on each other. Literally spitting. There was actually spitting on people, which, yeah, okay, that doesn't violate university social distancing guidelines, but I do when I'm sitting alone in a room without a mask on. Yeah, okay, great. Anyway, but that aside, the hypocrisy of the nonsensical hypocrisy aside, I then walked 10, 20 feet away and had a wonderful conversation with a very diverse group of people. And by diverse, I mean it in the proper sense, not in the ideological sense. I was talking to the woman I mentioned earlier who was called a Nazi, a racist, a Trump supporter, a white supremacist, and a sexist, and was told to go die, go to hell, to kill herself, and had things thrown at her, and I believe was spit on. She may have been one of the people who was spit on. And she was, ironically enough, one of the people who agreed with the protesters and wanted to confront and argue with Miss Bennett. And of course, she was treated as a Nazi because she wanted to speak with the enemy rather than, I don't know, do some kind of violence to the enemy. It was absurd, but she was a nice, a kind person. She was a good person. So was an African American student who also wanted to talk to her but wasn't allowed to. The crowd did not let him through, and they called him a racist, a Nazi. I think they called him a white supremacist, but I'm not sure. They called him a Trump supporter, which he was definitely not. I know he was. I know. He mentioned voting Bernie Sanders in the primaries. So if that tells you anything about what kind of politics this guy has, that he basically agreed with the protesters, other than the fact that they were, being violent barbarians. So it was them. It was another guy who had never gotten involved in politics before, but saw this and thought it was absurd. An Army ROTC student with a thin blue line hat, and a math major Trump supporter in a wheelchair. And we all together sat together and stood around and sat around and wandered around together and had a great conversation about sort of the state of politics and the state of academia and the university. And all of us, every one of us, was greatly disappointed to see what was going on, because it was shutting down dialogue. And we, us, our little group, and several other little groups like this, were having dialogue. So it was disappointing to see the protests, especially given that there were probably a few dozen people on campus, and almost all of them were there. Because the campus is a ghost town these days. It's disturbing. I used to wander around that campus late at night, well after midnight, and there would be more people around outside on campus at that hour than there are in the middle of the day nowadays. It's disturbing. Yeah, Kylie says, I'm not even into politics, and what they did sounds like a violation of basic human rights, not allowing people to be educated. I mean, I don't know. The main, I would say, the violation of human rights was, one, trying to pin her in and prevent her from leaving, while also telling her to leave. And if there's anything that pisses me off to no end, it's performative contradictions. That just bothers me to no end. It was that, and of course, throwing things at people and spitting on people, actually doing violence and issuing threats. Especially to other students. It's heinous. Kevin says there's a monster in me that just says, okay, they want violence, let's be generous with it, but it's sad. Like really a tragedy, because they're people who are wasting their time and potential. And I will say, and you guys know this, I'm not a big fan of law enforcement in general, but there were cops around who were keeping things peaceful for the most part. If you went into the crowd, into the protest, you were kind of on your own, but and it wasn't that big, but if you went in on your own, you were on your own. But around, if you were wandering around, or if you actually were with Caitlin Bennett in there, her little enclave, surrounded by her own security, things were more or less peaceful and safe, unless the crowd managed to throw something over the heads of the police and security and scurry back into the crowd. Barbaric, but things were in general decently peaceful, surprisingly. I have a few other stories about this, which I'll be happy to tell, but I want to get this quest started. I'll keep talking as we go, in between conversation bits.
Hello? Come in. Mr. Morgan, I'm so glad you could make it. How are you? My son. My son is foolish, but he's still my son. I know your son. A little. He's very brave. Very angry. He's mean. How is your father? He's dead a long time. He lived a lot longer than was good for any of us. My son probably wishes the same to me. I doubt that. I want peace. I need my people to be safe. All my life I've tried to bring peace. But I love my son. They'll hang him for treason. Treason. He is the chief son of a proud nation. How could he commit treason? People who have lied to my people for 100 years or more, that's treason. Well, what should I do? I don't think there's much chance reasoning with Colonel Favor. No. And any chance we had, your friend, Mr. Vanderland, has ensured relations between us and the Army are worse than any point in the last 5 years. I'm sure he means well. But matters are more complex than he understands.
I'm not sure he means well.
Me and Charles will try and rescue your son. No. Yes. I ain't got much to lose, and you got... I'm doing this. Charles! Where are you? Come on, let's go.
All right.
Son back
All right, good guy, Arthur. Let's go do good guy stuff.
I've been working on that.
That's gonna be
I
nice.
think there's a way. Follow me.
So, one of the most ironic things that I saw yesterday at the protests were a couple of guys who had written on cardboard Trump signs. Somebody said Trump train and like something about liberals. I think it was fuck liberals, but it might have been something else. It might have been like liberal tears. I forget exactly. I know it said liberals. The two of them walked up to the crowd, and the crowd basically just ran up and surrounded them, because of course they did, because they're very easy to trigger.
Wait until late enough. There's a place we should be able to sneak in around the back.
That's good. And so the crowd is basically surrounding them, trying to steal their signs, yelling in their faces, threatening them, took masks off so they could yell at them more clearly. Funny enough.
I left 2 canoes downriver in case we need another way out of there.
It was another shameful display. Of course it was. But the ironic part was, one of the cops who was standing by security went up to the guys and led both of them away from the protesters.
We all went along with it.
He saw eagle flies burned hot,
and I don't know if they were like asked to leave, or if they were just asked to leave. But then the craziest thing happened. The crowd, which had just not 10 minutes earlier been shouting all cops are bastards, all kinds of other stuff like that, started cheering for the police. Because of course they did. As soon as the police side with them, that's what's going to happen. They're just going to turn it right around, and they're going to switch sides. They're perfectly satisfied with police when police help them, right? This has something to do with, if you remember my Patreon video, this is a while ago. I don't know if you guys may have seen this, but I included a clip from Tom Woods, who really understands the political left, I think, quite well. Arthur's talking about the Charles.
Any day we can die. We're riding to break an Indian chief's son out of a cavalry fort. We can both die tonight. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you were lucky.
Sure don't feel like that.
It's true, actually, though.
You still have time to make amends. The others,
pick this back up.
Hosea, Lenny, Sean, all them, they didn't. And what about the Calendar boys? Both killed trying to escape Blackwater? A more vicious pair of bastards than ever was. And that's all they ever were and will be.
Huh. Yeah.
Maybe.
Arthur's got a chance for redemption.
You got the chance to do something better. My guess is maybe that's why you're here now. Either way, just keep your head strong. We're close now. Are you all right?
I think so.
That current's strong. Up here. Follow me.
You were right about the damn rain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
might help us with sneaking in there.
Yeah, so the thing Tom Wood said that I cited in that video is that people like that don't have principles. They have particularist desires. What is good for me is good for me, and what is bad for my enemy is good for me. And that's it. That's their principle. Have consistent moral principles. They just want things done, and whatever means they get it done, they get it done. And that's what sets apart people I respect from people I don't. Honestly. If you're not going to be ideologically or intellectually consistent, I don't know what more I can say to you. Because I can't convince you of anything if you're not willing to, if you're not willing to be convinced consistently. WizKid says it exactly. These people understand only power. That alone is so terrifying and absolutely utterly.
I guess it is.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's keep quiet.
Kylie, on a lighter note, says, I saw a Nightmare Before Christmas slow cooker. Saw that. On a website today, which said is Box Lunch. Check it out. And a Lilo and Stitch purse. Ooh. Really hard for me not to buy things before my birthday. Oh. Bow out. Is improved arrows? Or, yeah, improved. Kevin says, just get it, why not? Kylie says, it's a tradition in my family that people shouldn't buy things close to their birthday because someone else might try and buy it for them. So I've been subtly hinting at my friends they should buy me things.
Two guards up front.
Hear that, guys?
If you take one, I'll take the other.
Okay.
Nice and quiet. Good. Let's make our way around the back.
Oh, I am wearing this. Let's go.
The wall.
WizKid says, I agree. People who aren't willing to be consistent and come to some kind of neutral ground do not deserve breath wasted talking to them. I don't know about the whole neutral ground thing. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think you need to be able to come to neutral ground. But I do think that you need to be consistent in your own principles. You need to be consistent about what you think is true.
Okay, let's go.
I'll let you guys discuss in the chat what Kylie wants for her birthday. I'll give a nice shout out if need be if there's something in particular.
Wait there.
Sure. Okay.
Slow. We got two more ahead. One down here, one up in the tower. Let's take one each again.
Oh. Ooh, that was loud.
Around the back. This is the spot.
Nice to see a knotted rope for this sort of thing. Usually you don't get that kind of realism in this part of any given game, or movie, or TV show, or whatever.
Shh. Guard up ahead. Have you got a shot on him? Okay. Quick, this way.
All right. Evan says, "Yeah, I see neutral ground as mostly a sort of place the enemy wants you in so they can more easily destroy you. I have little to no common cause with lefties. See, that's the thing. I have common cause. The problem is that I don't have.
No need to waste an arrow on him. Use your knife. I've got this one.
I have plenty of arrows. Oop, I almost hit the wrong button. Wouldn't have been cool. What'd you bring me?
Careful. Two more. One each again. All right, let's go.
Yeah, my thoughts on the matter are really that it's not about.
I'll make sure the tower's clear.
Oh, jeez, what was that?
Okay, let's go.
I have a lot of common ground with some lefties, right? Because again, the horrible stereotype, the pointless stereotype. The horrible, pointless stereotype is that, you know, libertarians are socially conservative socially liberal and fiscally conservative, which is not an accurate description. But it does mean that we have certain things in common with both. At least some things in common with or in other words, there are things that the left gets right and things that the right gets right. Okay, fair enough. There are things that I agree with the left about. But at the same time, this was also something really insightful that I forget what this was. Blow up the tower.
Put an arrow into the lantern above that stack of wood over there. Start a fire.
Wait.
You should have a clear shot from the walkway up there.
Oh, let's go up. But even if we do have some common ground, we don't have any strategic common ground. Really at all. I'm going to use an arrow because I don't risk this. The common ground we certainly don't have. This is going to start a bullshit, so I'm going to wait a moment. The common ground we don't have is the actual end goal. Right? Maybe I agree with the left about police brutality, police tactics, and all that stuff. But they want there to be no option for defense of self or property. And that's where I can't agree. Right? I agree with them that police shouldn't be the ones doing it. But I do absolutely think that people should be absolutely and without question allowed to defend their own homes, persons, and properties. That's a huge difference. Huge difference. WizKid says, I guess maybe not so much neutral ground as much as space where everyone can air their views consistently and peaceably. My posts are a pretty good example. Yes, they are, actually. I'll give you a lot of credit for that. You're I think, even public. Do you keep your Facebook posts public? I don't know if I don't have the balls to do that. He continues, I'm fair to everyone, but if you start getting too toxic, I won't hesitate to step in and tell you off for it. Yeah. Oh, come on, really? Ow.
Follow me.
Oh, all right then. Right in the head.
Arthur Morgan? Charles? Is that you? Look for the keys. You have to get me out of here.
We're gonna get you out. I'll check the table, Arthur. You search the body.
I thought you already searched the body. WizKid says some of it's public. Okay. I got distracted thinking about birthday. What happened? We set a big old fire, and then we broke into the jail. The jail of the base. Everybody else is outside causing chaos and fire, trying to put out the giant fire, which is near the ammo. And we're rescuing Eagle Flies.
He told you to come and kill guards?
No, he didn't say that.
Of course not.
You okay?
Sure.
Yeah, Kylie, I don't know if I'd call it a bonfire.
Clears the mind.
If you say so.
Jesus.
Whoa, whoa.
Hey.
I'm fine.
Oh, gun time.
Shoot our way out.
There we go.
Come on, move up.
Oh. Reload.
Watch yourself. More up ahead.
Not for long.
Almost got me.
Oh, I really should move. There's fire right there. Okay.
Over here. One of the walls was broken when they took me in.
All right. Strategic conflagration. Love it.
Deal with this, would you? Yes, but how?
All right, I got an idea. My favorite. Oh, that was good. All right, let's get out of here.
Come on!
Oh, man.
Here, come on. Get on! I got you. Let's go, quick! I've got some canoes set up in the river down here. Yep.
What happened to my gun?
Look out! We got more on our tail! More than coming from the road on the left!
You know what? I'm gonna switch to
Ahead of us! Quick, down this way! Damn it!
There we go.
The canoes are close!
Have some beats for Buell. Yeah.
We have to get
WizKid can't decide if the evil laugh suits me or not.
I'll get eagle flies to the canoe.
Let's...
Come on! Get in here!
Got him. Oh, come on. There we go. All right.
Let's get downriver as quick as we can.
They'll pay for this.
Also, Kylie has a coffee date this... What is it? Sunday, you said? Sunday, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Don't do anything you wouldn't want to tell the chat about. It's always good advice, right? I think.
This is some swell. Last thing we need is one of us. Believe me, that ain't my plan. On your right, officer.
I'm fine. Give me a gun. I can help.
Honestly, yes, that would be probably good. Would be to give him a gun, because I can barely throw and shoot. Come on, there we go. Hey, hey, hey! Who needs bonking? Who needs to get bonked in the chat? Great, let's just go. Let's just...
You just need to keep going.
Jesus. Oh, hey, I vaguely remember Polish Girl, WizKid is talking about. Wait. Take diphenhydramine before drinking coffee? What? No. I mean, maybe? I don't know. I have never done that sort of thing.
Are you
Oh, Jesus.
Let's get over to the shore.
How did that happen? Oh, WizKid says WizKid asked if she would go out with him if he ever gets over there. Awesome.
I think we lost him. Come on.
You okay, Arthur?
Yeah, I'm right as rain. How are you?
I'll be fine in a day or so. I heal fast. Colonel Favors won't be too happy with your rescue.
I guess not.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more trouble. My father, even he may have to fight.
You won't win.
Ooh, Benadryl. Oh, no, don't mix those. Don't mix those things. Not good.
Shouldn't y'all just run away?
Just drink Irish coffee like a normal,
I don't know.
barely functional adult. Don't do those kinds of weird uppers and downers.
Thank you.
WizKid says she says yeah, she thinks she would. Now, to be fair, that is exactly non-committal enough for somebody overseas, but that's still a good thing to hear. Absolutely. Now you just need to go to Poland. And now you have, or I guess I maybe should say, now you have another good reason to go to Poland. What is that? Herb. What's an herb? As if you need more reasons to go to Poland, that is definitely a good one. WizKid says, yeah, now I need to schedule a flight out there as soon as Trump lets us. Oh, God. Yeah, right. I will say, what with the vice presidential debate and, all of the debates and the election stuff going on as well, that's another thing worth saying, worth talking about, right? Because we have this weird situation where Trump is at this point the anti-lockdown candidate. He's having to sort of position himself as anti-lockdown. But that doesn't mean we should forget that he was, until very recently, quite pro-lockdown. He was doing things like criticizing Sweden and all of that stuff, which, pivoting, okay, good, I can respect a good pivot. But at the same time, he's kind of locked into a position that he maybe shouldn't want to take. And then also, he's Donald Trump. I don't think he's going to be I think he's going to be quite reluctant to say anything like, I made a mistake. Because he's Donald Trump. He's not one to do that sort of thing. Winter Gunslinger. It's chilly. Always rifle. Oof. I need to polish this baby. Anyway, moving back up. Oh, the guy Kylie's talking to his family in Sicily. That's nice. Mentioned, I think, that I'm a little bit Sicilian. When my head sweats so damn much. Evan says, yeah, don't do it. I did it on accident before and it was not fun. Oh, you mean Benadryl and coffee, I assume. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. There seems to be an endless amount of reasons to go to Poland. Yeah, very true. Yeah, how did the whole... it was like being anxious and drowsy times 1,000. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. I have to say that the worst experience I've had with coffee was not mixing it with Benadryl, it was mixing it with a burrito. Terrible. Terrible thing. I had a giant burrito, roughly the size of my head, and a Starbucks red eye because I was about to go on a night shift. And I had to call my dad to come and pick me up from work because I could not drive home because I was bent over double with gas cramps. It's awful. It's terrible. This was years ago, but would not like to experience that again. Very, very unpleasant. Let's swing by the gunsmith and do a little bit of bullet cutting. Let's chop up some bullets. Yeah. Wait, who set whoself up for failure? Me or Kevin? Because the answer is both, obviously, but But I sure did. Yeah, I should have known better. Really should have known better. But I didn't. I just went for it because I was having lunch and a coffee before work. Oh, and Kylie says I had 8 different types of coffee in one sitting when I was 8. It was not a good experience. That's true. When I was I think I was about 13 or so. I ate 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts fresh off the line in one sitting by myself. I was fine. They were delicious. Not that that's even slightly relevant to the kinds of stories we're telling. It's true. Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah. Yeah, the other election thing really election related. It's only vaguely related to the election. It really comes back to it's more coming back to the protest stuff from yesterday. That I knew this abstractly, but I hadn't experienced it firsthand. Just how incredibly, I want to say stupid, but I think it's more than that. Stupid and easily manipulable these crowds and these mob protesters are. It's amazing to me that everyone I talked to, whether they were part of the mob or not, they all knew Kate Bennett's usual tactics of showing up and making leftists look like idiots and look like mindless barbarians. And then what do? They stand in the background of her videos, and they chant and they give the bird, and they shout incoherently. It's absurd. It's like they are playing directly into her strategy, and I could not organize a more self-destructive protest if I tried. They did exactly the opposite of their goal, and none of them realized it. Not one of them realized it. Because they were so incredibly angry with the fact that, okay, it was in part the fact that she was there, but honestly, it's just the fact that she exists at all. And it's absurd that they would not realize what they were doing was so incredibly counterproductive. It's absurd. It amazes me, quite frankly, that they can be this unaware that what they're doing is so counterproductive. It really does come to that. Protests like these and movements like these and all of this kind of stuff is going to re-elect Donald Trump, whether I or you or they want it to or not. It doesn't matter. This is going to do nothing but help his re-election chances. And on the same similar, or at least a similar note, it was fascinating to me that.
Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is?
Howdy.
Been a long time.
It's fascinating to me too that I could not figure out. Oh wait, what am I doing in here? I don't need to go to the gunsmith. What am I doing? I had to go to the barber.
Thank you.
Morning.
Okay there?
Oh yeah, I know. Sick. Anyway, should put a mask on. Anyway, but no, it was
Risk here. This is my game.
Oh. Watch your damn self. So you think you're real scary, huh?
Oh my God!
get out of here.
Shortstop to a shallow grave, jackass.
How do I defuse?
Too damn close.
All right, fine. You know what? I'm just gonna go.
I'm ordering you to stop.
Okay, can I?
This time you learn your lesson. Jesus. Push up on him.
Hey, Oh my god. It's ridiculous. Can I just, like, get shot to death and not have to worry about this? It's ridiculous. Let's go pay my bounty and see if they stop looking for me. Nope. Guess I just have to hide. Okay. Let's just wait it out and then hand this guy $10. Anyway. Kylie's about to head out. Shortly. Shortly? I don't know how shortly. A Zoom webinar with the cast of Supernatural and some senators to talk about voting. Also watching the first of the last episodes of the show. Have fun. Have a great time. I love events like this. Let's see. Let's pay my bounty.
Liberty is worth every penny.
Doubting not accepted.
We'll make sure New Hanover gets
Understandable. Let's pick up our mail. Hey, mailman. Give you $10. Tell him to fuck off. Yeah, it works. Works like a charm. Mailmen are so powerful. Letter from the mayor's office. What in the world? Oh, jeez. June 1899. From the office of Jean-Marc Massier, mayor of Saint-Denis. Dear Mr. Kilgore, these are troubling times at City Hall with the resignation of Mayor Lemieux. That's good. But civic business continues. The new mayor has asked that you be formally commended for recent services to the city of Saint-Denis. Please accept this token of gratitude from the citizenry along with a personal message from the mayor. This scandal will pass, and we will be stronger than ever. That's the personal message? Okay. Yours respectfully, the office of the mayor of Saint-Denis. Nice.
Good day to you.
Kylie says $50 to let him hide behind the desk. WizKids getting flashbacks to National Treasure. Yes, that was a wonderful scene in National Treasure with the fishmonger. Oh god, no, not my horse, not my horse. Nope, don't want to steal it. I didn't steal it. I swear I didn't steal it. No. Can I go and defuse, please? No. I'm sorry. Please don't.
Stop, goddammit.
Stop. Please stop.
Damn it, just get out of here.
Damn it.
Get the law over here.
No! No! I touched the wrong reins. Can we not do this again? Alright, I'm gonna go hide in the post office again. Darn it! Shh. Maybe if I'm real quiet, they won't come in. They're probably gonna come in. No. Should have just stolen the horse and rode away with it. Uh-oh. 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 Not here. I swear I'm not here. What in the hell? This is insane. What is happening? Why? Why do I have a bounty of $15? This is ridiculous. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I just wanted a haircut. I swear I just wanted a haircut. Oh my god. No. I was walking down the street just having a thing. Oh my god. I was gonna go over here and wait. I'll go break into a house. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was kidding. I'm not gonna break into a house. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm so sorry, Buell. Come on, Buell. Let's keep running away very quickly. God. Having one of those days, you know? One of those days. Look, guys, no, I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm very sorry. This is, okay, yes, WizKid, this is peak Rockstar shenanigans. What in the hell? I'm gonna go back and really hope that I did not run that woman off a cliff. And I'm gonna go pay my stupid bounty, another 15 bucks. God, Kylie's cackling. Well, I'm glad I'm... Oh, jeez. Glad the chaos is entertaining, if nothing else. Oh my god.
Okay there, boy.
Alright, let's go. Let's go pay our bounty at the post office. Let's go pay that mailman.
Easy, boy.
Mailman, the most powerful man of the town. The most powerful man in the West. Okay, let's go in here real calmly. Keep our hands off our triggers. Wait, what's Halloweeny? Did I miss something Halloweeny? There's no undead DLC in this game, at least not yet.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I know it is. Yes. Okay, bye. Alright, this time I'm gonna take my own horse.
Don't need no more trouble from you.
Listen, sir, I already apologized very profusely. I swear, this is my horse. Yeah, oh, that's true. It's been a while since I played New Vegas. But yes, you do not fuck.
You okay, boy?
Let's give Buell a nice little brush, because he got shot a lot. God. Oh, this is Halloween, everyone makes... Okay, fair enough. Okay, I gotcha. There's a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, okay. No, I'm actually going to go get a haircut now, because my beard is going all forky. Oh my god. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It might be true, WizKid, that Rockstar doesn't really single player anymore. That is kind of the case. I don't know. I still am... I mean, I don't really have much hope for this, because I don't think it's very likely at all, but I would still love to see a, even just a remaster of Red Dead Redemption 1 released as a DLC for Red Dead Redemption 2. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, DLC, Red Dead Redemption. Or, like, call it John Marston or something, I don't know. That'd be a really cool DLC for this game.
Wow, that old beard must itch something fierce.
Yes.
Got something in mind?
How about I look like I'm not dying? Oh, no, I really can't do that. Let's not do the double fork. Let's just trim it down.
Work this good, I ought to up my prices.
Did I just pay double for that? Whatever. There.
My pa never did a better job himself, I reckon.
Alright, great. Now let's get out of here.
Morning, mister.
I have no complaints, WizKid, about Nintendo level fuckery. I actually love the Nintendo remake model. Because they do a good job of it. And I'm okay with, like, them releasing Ocarina of Time 4 different times, because it's a very good game. And each version has improvements over the last, so I'm alright with it, honestly. Even the weird Mario stuff, it's actually great to have those in high definition, at least available. I don't Switch, so I'm not going to be playing them in too soon, but it's definitely, those are great games, and it's great to have them, I will say. Fort Wallace is red. I'm not allowed over there. Oh, good. Let's do the Sadie Adler thing before we do the Micah thing, because I don't want to deal with them. This is awful. Anyway. Yeah, I find it, anyway. What I was saying before I did all of that madness was the madness I was observing yesterday. And I was really quite amazed at the lack of awareness. The lack of That they could not acknowledge the fact that they were playing right into the hands of their enemy, as they see it. That is the mob. Wait a minute. WizKid says they ruined Majora, and you're giving them way too much credit. They don't never really have act very pro-consumer. Yeah, I guess.
Hey there, mister.
I guess. That's fair as far as not really acting pro-consumer. I'm going to see what this campfire is. They didn't. I don't think they ruined Majora. I think they did make some significant improvements, but they also made some significant downgrades here or there. Ooh, it's O'Driscoll's. Let's shoot them. Or a nice Carcano. But yeah, I think there were some marked improvements. Don't wake up. That's it. Okay. Cool. Move right along. Anyway, what I was saying was, before we, yeah, Majora's Mask 3D, WizKid says, is a disgrace and proves how little they care both about the game as a piece of artistic expression and how willing they are to fuck people over thanks to the built-up goodwill. Really? What were the problems with it? I honestly think I may have... It's a tough call, but I honestly think I may have liked the 3DS version more than the original. I think it honestly fixed a lot of problems. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm in the middle of looting from your dead friend. Can I have like a moment's peace? This is stupid. There we go. Anyway. I actually think I probably liked it better. Narrow had an excellent video about why it's garbage. I'll send it to you after the stream. Yeah, please do. I'd like to have a look at that from a more objective point of view. Like I said, I actually liked a lot of the changes that were made. Both to like the quest tracking, the Bomber's Notebook quest tracking thing. I actually liked it better in the 3DS version. I think I more or less liked the Zora swimming a little bit better. Though that was a mixed bag. I could see why you would not like that. But I do think that was at least even. An even trade. But yeah, I honestly thought most of it was in general improvement. Anything else here? More. All right, that'll do it. Get on Buell and go out of here. Oh wait, where's this premium cigarettes? There's a card in there. All right, see you later, Kylie. Have fun. Good time. Lawrence Dunn. An actor? Because that looks like Brutus. Probably an actor. Yes. Fruitcakes. Horses. Biscuits. Got them. All right, that'll do it. Let's get out of here.
What?
Oh, yeah, I guess they did gut Deku Link to a degree. Yeah. That is true. And Deku Link did miss out on a lot of stuff that he used to have, so that's fair. I'll give you that. That might be true. I never liked Deku Link in the original, so I guess I didn't mind the downgrade too much, because I basically, as soon as I got past the first temple, I really almost never used a cooling for.
There, mister.
Unless I absolutely had to. That was honestly probably my least favorite transformation of the game. So, I don't know. I didn't love it. So maybe that's why I didn't mind the changes too much.
Hey, mister. Howdy, stranger.
Let's get on a going. Anyway. Yeah, I do think that it was, like I said, I still hold out that it was at worst a lateral change with some improvements and some downgrades. And I tend to think that the improvements outweigh the downgrades.
Hey, mister.
Quit wasting.
It's all good. Calm down.
Okay. Just admiring your ox. Anyway. Anyway, like I was saying about the. Oh, hey, hold on. Wizkid says also the atmosphere isn't as good, and they make parts of it either insultingly too easy or infuriatingly more frustrating. I don't know. I think they actually balanced out things like the water temple. The water temple in the first game was just awful, absolutely awful, in the old version. But in the remake, it was decent. It was actually doable. Maybe that's just because I was older. I don't know. I'm open to being convinced that it was worse. And hell, I'm open to just going back and replaying some old Master Quest, my old Master Quest version. My old Master Quest version of Majora's Mask on GameCube. Could break that old thing out. As a point of comparison at some point, might be fun. Unfortunately, though, like I said about all my old systems, I don't have a capture card or anything, so I can't exactly stream it. So sadly, that isn't an option for us to do together. I am thinking of the next thing I'm doing, like I said, being the Dragon Age series, and that'll be either when I finish Mass Effect or when I finish Red Dead. It looks like Red Dead will probably be first. Wizkid says, Ocarina 3D isn't as bad. They restored the water temple back to the proper place as the best dungeon. Yes, especially by switching the boots to a item command. Toggle instead of a menu. But yeah, that was that is going to be my next series on the channel. And then I was given Nier Automata. Nier Automata, I forget, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. One or the other, by I forget what his YouTube name is, and I know he's been in the chat. Friend David Rally. I think one of his names in here is Rallyopteril or Asibs. I forget which he goes by on YouTube. Those are his gamer tags. But he's been in here a few times, and I want to thank him for getting me the game. So I'm going to be playing that one after the next one we finish. So that'll be probably when we finish the Mass Effect trilogy. Hey, listen, when somebody buys me a game, and especially if it is a good one, I'm more inclined to play it first. Then I will probably be, I'll be honest, I'm probably going, see, there you go. Yes, let's play. Okay, so WizKid, you changed your mind real quick there. You're saying now you're saying let's play Nier. Please God, I want it. Then Metal Gear Deus Ex. The original Deus Ex. Original Deus Ex, not Man Divided.
Hey there, mister.
I haven't played any of the Deus Ex games, but from what I know of them, Mankind Divided was probably the best and the most interesting. But yeah, I could be wrong about that. Oops. Sorry, squirrel. Wait, pronounced like automata? Which would make sense, but what's this?
Easy.
You should carry I'll kill you. I'll carry you. How about that?
I'd hate to see you try.
You gonna pay me with no boot? Salty squirrel. Save it for your...
You stay in there talking. We get on down there. I'll smoke him at the Becky.
Devin says tomato, tomato. Yeah, same. WizKid says the original has more interesting world building and philosophical conundrums. Oh, okay. Again, I haven't played any of them, so I'm willing to take your word for it. He's got a semi-automatic pistol. He's wasting it, just, murdering folks. And Murphys are messed up. Why not both? Is because I'm already playing 2 game series. And I only have so many nights a week. I have a limited amount of time. Because I actually do work. I'm going to see if I can figure out anything about this. If there's anything sneaky hidden around in here. There is. Look at that. Is it bats? Spiders. Gold. Is there more? Now it's spiders. Oh, it's jewelry. Alright, no spiders? Spiders. Alright, cool. No spiders. That's good. Anyway, I was concerned it'd be spiders. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so Nier Automata is going to be next. The next. So 2 down the line. I'm gonna start Dragon Age Origins probably when I finish Red Dead, or if on the strange chance that I actually manage to finish the Mass Effect trilogy first, which isn't likely, but it is possible, I suppose. Then that'll be next, and then after that will be Nier, and then probably the KOTORs, or just 2. I may just skip 1 and do 2. Because, I'll be honest, Taurus is a slog. First level of 1 is a slog. And I've probably played 1 a ton of times, more so than 2. I would ultimately probably leave it up to you guys. If a lot of you guys would want to see me play through both of them one after the other, I'd probably go for it. But it's down the road, so, give it some thought. We'll think about it when we get closer. Spiders are the great fear. They can also tell the future. They're prophets. Come on, fuel. Vibrating my heels and he's not going. Oh, it's because Sadie's right there. Okay. Oh, she's thrown knives into a tree. That's healthy. So WizKid says, honestly, as much as I love Revan, 2 definitely has more philosophical conundrums because of Kreia. Yeah, very true, but also I think Kreia is overrated as a philosopher. I think that she is very 3-edgy 5-me, if you get my meaning. She's got a lot of, she has a lot of wrong insights, though, that are definitely worth talking about. It really does go well into the difference between the Jedi and Sith philosophies to a great extent. The first one does too, but the second one I think more so. It does the whole deconstruction, subverting expectations thing that Rian Johnson tried to do with The Last Jedi, except it does it well.
Mrs. Adler?
You okay?
Peachy?
You sure?
No, I ain't sure.
Still working?
Is anybody still working? The whole goddamn place full of people bickering, fighting and lying. It makes me real sad.
I know. I need someone to ride with me.
Do what?
Finish off them O'Driscolls. I hear the last of them is holed up at Hanging Dog Ranch.
I don't have it in me no more. I saw Colm swing. I just don't care.
I was a married woman. You know what they did to me. And to my husband? Look, you're the only one of these fools that I trust. I've got to do this.
Let's do it. She needs this.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it, but there's something you can help me with. Abigail, Jack, John, make sure they make it. I mean, this whole thing is pretty much done, but when the time comes...
How do you mean?
When the time comes, you help them.
What do you mean?
I mean it. Help them escape. When I... You know, you and me, we're more ghosts than people. But them, they could...
I know. Of course I will. Thank you, Arthur. You want to ride with me now, or meet me up at Hanging Dog Ranch when you can?
Let's go. Let's do it. There's damned O'Driscolls, but man, this gets real.
Thanks, Arthur.
It's really real between these two. I really like.
Come on.
Sadie is kind of the. Honestly, I will say that she's like the strong female character with a tragic backstory done so well. She's done so well. Because she's a very well done, real 3-dimensional person. She's got a lot of nuance to her. She cares a lot, but is so incredibly traumatized by what's all happened. She's such a well-written character. It's incredible. A lot of the characters in this game are really, really well written, but Sadie's one of the best.
Fine morning for a killing.
Hey.
You seen anything down there?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of them down there. I'm mostly drunk. But one of them is a fat fellow with a beard. Him? He's mine.
Okay.
Okay then.
It's a big ranch.
Wait a minute.
Run down. Lots of folk
Rifle.
there. But
Rifle.
spread pretty thin.
Litchfield
I'll
repeat.
set it off and then we'll take it from there.
Take it from there. Okay. So, no real plan then.
Oh, I got a plan.
Hang on. Switch.
Now come
Sir.
on.
Wait,
Oh god.
she's from Dutch's gang.
Reload. There we go. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe we should have planned a little, but okay, maybe not. Oh jeez, come on. Oh, the poor guy. Got him. Man, if I had my actual sniper rifle, I'd have been doing a much better job with all this. She works on such a level that the leftists cannot even fathom, because unlike all their characters, she's a real person and acts like one. Yeah, I tend to agree, WizKid. Come on. Fine. Doesn't quite have the stopping power, but it has the scope. Where we at? Oh, there's more. Okay. Where the hell is the bastard?
Another gunfight. It's cold. Nowhere to be seen.
Because he's dead. That's it, right?
You're on the board, Morgan. You understand me?
Yeah, I know I'm on the barn.
Who's gonna recognize you when I'm done?
Oh, here you are. Done.
Barn's clear.
It's also on fire a little bit. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have done that. Just maybe I shouldn't have done that. Ow. It's okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's go.
Shady.
Kevin says, you guys just don't understand the patriarchy. Oh, here comes some patriarchy. Don't worry. I mean, I don't know. Call it female empowerment.
You okay?
Yeah. He was a good man, my Jakey. We was always sweet on one another.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I miss him every day, every moment. Oh, they turned me into a monster, Arthur. But my memories of him, they still pure.
I ain't even got that.
Aside from my Jake, you're the best man I've known.
I know the company you keep. The competition ain't too fierce.
Just take the compliment, Arthur.
We should get away from her.
I think I need to be alone for a bit.
I understand. You, might want to get yourself cleaned up.
Jesus, no kidding.
Thank you, Arthur.
It was a good self-burn, though. I mean, but he doesn't need to be self-depreciating all the time. Oh, let's take the compliment. Oh, that building's still on fire. All right. Let's run through this place and loot our way through and see if there's anything worth taking. There's some moonshine. It's worth taking. They go on. Damn, that's a lot of gym. Biscuit says, "You're dying, Arthur. Lighten up." I don't know. He's taking it well. I do think he's taking it legitimately well. Wait, what the hell? Hell, crime was reported. Yes, I know. I'm breaking and entering in the ranch where I literally just slaughtered everyone. Am I going to have to sit in here and fight off cops? I am, aren't I? It's a bear. That's not a cop. We'll see. Let's see if fat bearded guy has anything up. A bracelet. Document. Dear Tom. Homo Driscoll. I write you from my cell in Saint Denis. I'm sure whoever's vetting this letter would have no quarrel with my telling you I'm kept away from the main jailhouse on the other side of town. I reside in a small room with a big door and many guards on rotation. Despite their friendliness, I do not know any of their names or residencies, or else I would share them with you. The day of my execution draws near, and I somewhat look forward to it, quite rightly. There will be folks in the crowd calling for my blood, but I hope I will see some more friendly faces as well. Imprisonment has given me chance to reflect. I think on the things I have done, some of which I regret and some of which I do not, on the people I have known, some of whom are good and some of whom were certainly very bad, and how I find myself here, having been caught in the bed of a disloyal and loud-mouthed woman. You know whom you should know of whom I speak. I would hope you could pay a visit to her in order to say that all is forgiven, and perhaps to give her something lasting to remember me by. See you in this world or the next, your brother in arms, Colm. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, there are cops here. That's delightful. Rather not have to fight my way out of here, but I'm probably going.
We got a dead one here.
If I need to knife somebody.
Damn, if this ain't some gruesome shit.
Gee. Kidding. I'm gonna wait. Go with the poison. Comes.
Stumbled on some.
Okay, well, part of the problem solved. Oh great, they're all coming right here, aren't they? No, they're not. We're good. We're good. Maybe they'll just leave now. Probably not. Okay. Do this. Yeah, they've got a corpse. Of course we do. This is thrilling. Rather not. I mean, I can, probably. Stealth kill them one at a time. I don't think there's a window there. No, there's not. Darn. It's coming downstairs. Alright, let's see. There's only 3 of them. Why am I being so quiet? I don't have to be quiet. Just Arthur needs to be quiet. Anyway, while we are waiting and lurking... Oh, I wonder if the bear's gonna get him. That'd be fun. Oh, man. But no, I was talking about some time ago, a bit ago. I was talking about how the mob yesterday at the protest, they were very unaware that their method, their approach, was being counterproductive. Right? That they were basically playing right into Kate Bennett's game. That they were basically helping exactly what she had come there for. That they didn't realize that for whatever reason. I can do this. Why is there a horse right here? That's why they can't get in. Come on. Wait, what the hell? Did they just teleport or something? I can do this. I could get back to my horse. I could get my bow. Do some real silent kills. I think they're just leaving. Yeah, they're just up and leaving. Perfect. Alright, let's just let them leave. That'll be great. Anyway, WizKid says they're so stupid. I tire talking about them because for the life of me, how someone who claims to be so enlightened, I guess, could in reality be so ignorant and foolhardy. I cannot. I generally agree. The one thing I will say, though, is that there was another element of it as well that I hadn't brought up, which is that they could not possibly see themselves as being responsible for their own behavior. Right? And when I talked to them about it, I was like, hey, guys, you know, you're being incredibly loud and incredibly disruptive of what other students are trying to do here, which is learn, right? All that. And they said, well, it's not our fault. She's here, right? They saw it as, you know, her responsibility for being even present. That they took no responsibility for what they were doing whatsoever. It was as if they had no, right? It was as if they had no control over their own response to her being there. And they just did not and could not realize that if they walked away, one, they wouldn't be disruptive anymore. And so, yes, it is very clearly and straightforwardly their fault that they were being disruptive. But then further, if they had just walked away, she would not have gotten the perfect shot of the crazy, angry mob that she came for. Basically, they're rioting. They're going crazy behind her, right in the view of her camera. It was exactly what she wanted them to do. And just going away, like I was trying to convince them to do, not only would have been far more productive for their purposes and for my own, but it's like they didn't realize that they had that choice, right? That they even could do that, right? They were under the impression for some reason that because she was here, because the evil, you know, call her every name that you think of, ramen hair, poopy pants, or whatever, which again is ironic coming from people who are vehemently against bullying in every other situation. Right? People like this will utterly refuse to acknowledge that they are the ones who are, you know, I want to say starting things, but it isn't even about that. It's they're the ones doing something. If they see it as her doing something and they are forced to respond, they can go home. They could absolutely just go home. And everyone would be fine. But they don't see it that way. They see her very existence as an existential threat. WizKid says, what gets me most is how obvious it is. Everyone who knows how bullshit and childish they are and yet they still refuse to listen, like the petulant, spoiled children everyone knows them to be. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I approached as as something like, I mean, I don't know if an authority figure is the right way to put it, but I was asking them to kindly leave because there are people learning upstairs, right? People doing that whole university thing upstairs, and no, of course they didn't listen. In part precisely because I was an authority figure, but also because, I'm a straight white male wearing nice clothes and a bow tie, covering my midriff, which is apparently a fashion choice now of, bare midriff is now a fashion choice among both men and women of a certain age, and I do not understand it whatsoever. But yeah, that's a thing now, for whatever reason. Yeah, the other thing which I noticed at the time, and you can actually see in photos of this, if you find the photographs of it from the USF Oracle, you can notice this, that this group of primarily Black Lives Matter protesters was almost exclusively made up of white women. Almost exclusively. There were a few white men. There were a fair number of black women, and there were a couple of black men. But it was the vast majority, as is always the case with these protests, was white women. And of course, the usual demographic as well, 18 to 24-year-old white women, shouting at people, often shouting at people of color for being oppressive. What in the world? Did I just, headbutt a raven to death? I think I did. I think I just headbutted this thing to death. But yeah, again, they cannot bring themselves to become aware of this kind of thing either. WizKid says, pretty presumptuous to assume you're a straight white male and not a pangendered. No, it's not. No, I dress like a normal grown-up human being. Clearly, I could be nothing other than a straight white male. No, there's very distinctive, let's say, differences in style between myself and these fine folks, by which I don't mean exactly fine folks, but no, it was a fascinating experience that opened my eyes to a lot of things that I thought I already knew. I thought I was basically already aware of the general character of these protests and these protesters, and I was, at least theoretically, but man, I did not quite, I hadn't quite internalized it. I hadn't I hadn't the lived experience just yet, to use their terminology. Let's wander over to that gunsmith, because I need to customize my new rifle. WizKid says, I love how often they yell at colored people. That's not the people of color. It's the passive voice is very important, apparently. And then turn around and accuse them of internalizing racism. Like what the F is that means. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I spoke with a few black students, a lot of whom were being called racist, and were being called Nazis, and were being called Trump supporters, even though they were, again, they came there on the side of the protesters, wanting to speak to and challenge Ms. Bennett's ideas, right? Challenge her support for Donald Trump and challenge her policy stuff, which is pretty shallow, to be fair. I've never been a huge fan of hers. I really do respect what she does. She's a pretty talented troll, which is an art form that I really do respect. Again, if it's done well, if it's not just being mean on the internet, if it's actually done properly and done carefully, I do really respect the good art of trolling. She's pretty good at that, as far as it goes. But no, in general, I'm not really on the Trump train, as you all know. I'm not not big on her politics. Apparently, I've been told she has a tendency to shill for very bad products in a lot of cases, which is potentially something quite dangerous if it's for self-defense products. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on that sort of thing. I can't say for sure. But I don't know. It's something that I have been told by who apparently know what they're talking about in such matters. So maybe. In either case, though, right? Other than that, I like I said, I respect what she does, even if I don't agree with her politics. And that was honestly more or less the attitude of a lot of the people I was talking to and actually having civil conversations with. They don't agree with her. A lot of them really disliked her. And they wanted to, vocally disagree with what she had to say, but the mob would not let them do so. They wouldn't let them approach and have that conversation. Instead, they were just, shouting racist at black people, sexist at women, etc. It's similar to how a former colleague of mine basically considered, until I had to block him on social media for probably for my own safety, considered, and probably, to my knowledge, still considers me to be a domestic terrorist because I don't hate Donald Trump in precisely the same way that he does. It's maddening. It's a very, very tribalistic attitude. Kevin said, be told you're oppressed, behave like you're fighting oppression, manifest oppressive reactions, repeat. Pretty much, yeah. It's the actual racism present was really what gets to me. That's the ironic part. Also, the immediate support for police officers when the police officers were escorting the sign-wielding Trump supporters away from the protesters. The immediate cheering for the police. And then almost instantaneously going back to chanting all cops are bastards. Apparently including the guy they were just cheering for moments ago. It's incredible. WizKid says, I love how they think shouting does anything remotely of value. Of course it doesn't. It'd be funny if it wasn't absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I tend to agree. I really do. They don't realize that they're being counterproductive, and they don't realize that they are basically doing everything they possibly can to re-elect Donald Trump to the White House. Honestly, if I if I were more of a Trump supporter and I didn't need to have class right above them, I'd have been perfectly fine with them carrying on. Because they're absolutely counterproductive.
Greetings.
Whatever. WizKid says, ideological consistency, you say? Sounds sus, not gonna lie. But we weren't status pigs, we swear. No, they're status pigs. We all know it. They know it too. They don't oppose the state. They never claimed to.
You keep treating that like your own child, right?
They oppose parts of the state. They oppose the parts of the state that defend things like private property.
I got some nice carved stocks here. I think you should
Some
take them.
nice rifle. It's your iron sights.
Essential,
Scope.
I reckon.
It's fine for now. It's just the stock wrap. I don't really do I? Let's do style.
I'd like to give this a personal touch with some engraving.
Let's go with silver. Yeah? Brass? What do we think? Frame, we can upgrade from brass to gold. I don't know. I actually kind of like it as is.
Jacob Worth
Maybe
is
the,
a friend of mine. I admire him, but he's just about the worst poker player in all of Valentine.
Maybe this site we should keep there. Sure. Ah, that's fine. That's a good look. That's a real nice look. WizKid says communists don't deserve life. Oh, jeez. I swear if it weren't for my Christianity, that's what I'd do.
Just remembered I put my pistol down as a bid in poker the
Well,
other
it's a
night.
good thing.
I can't recall who won
I
that,
will
though.
say.
Damn.
Something nice and red. Skeet? That's pretty nice. Ooh, wild chair. Ooh, I like that. I like that very much. Yeah, let's do it. That's very nice. It's nice on
The
here.
more bounty posters that go up, the more people flock to my shop. Plenty of reason for that in Valentine.
Go with Baroque. That looks good. Inlay with put black and steel on there. But on the barrel, let's go with... Oh, I can't do different metals? Well, let's just go with silver then.
If that paper boy stays at that post next to my shop any longer, I may lose it. Very dangerous for a gunsmith to snap.
Go with the buck. Evan says, "Yeah, I both love and hate the way they behave. Such a great gift politically. It saves Trump money on campaigns. Yeah, it's very true. He doesn't need to do any production. Basically, he just kind of replays what the left is already doing. You know. All right, that'll do us." And again, I keep saying this, and I don't know how many people believe me at this point that I'm not like on the Trump train or anything. It's not my thing. I have plenty of ideological problems with Donald Trump. Although I will say I think that if he wins, and I do think it's quite likely, that I think he will. Maybe I'm just naive about this, but I think he will improve rather than get worse.
This must be tough for you.
Excuse me. Can I come through? Okay. Here we go. I think he will improve rather than getting worse. And I think the worst of what he has done is probably done. Oh. Actually, you know what? Nah, screw it. I'm just gonna keep growing the beard now. I'm done. Let's do it. Let's just go. Let's just beard. And I don't know what else we gotta do. I guess it's mica time. Ugh. Well, no, but it's in the thumbnail, so I guess I gotta. And it's also the last quest available right now, so let's go do it. Bizkit says, "I'm only on the Trump train because A, memes, I feel you, and B, there's literally no better option on the table." That's very true, and I'm on the fence because I'm still in between voting for Donald Trump and not voting for president. You're right, there is not a better option on the table, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Donald Trump is a minimally acceptable option. Is that? Excuse me?
You pair of reprobates.
Let's get out of here.
Well, let's see.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's the sheriff, isn't it?
I am gloriously fuddled now.
All right. Dishonor, apparently, but I think that is the sheriff. Let's move right along. Kevin says he would do well to improve. The second term for any incumbent must be used to set up the successors. If you want to make things good, so the public desires. Equity. Yeah, I just think that I don't know if well, no, I was about to say I may have been wrong about my predictions early on, but because my biggest complaint, my biggest objection to Donald Trump the first time around was warmongering. Because based on a lot of who he was signaling that he was going to take in on his cabinet, and a lot of stuff he was saying about, things like going after the terrorists and their families and that kind of thing, it was more or less promising war crimes. And I will say he followed through on at least a couple of them. But at the same time, he's currently in the process of winding down a lot of wars that I thought would be literally endless. And I have to give credit for that. Now, the way he's doing it is not necessarily good, and like I said, he did follow through on some of those promises of war crimes. Excuse me, but I don't know. He's doing better than he could be, and I think that at this stage, because he is kind of winding down the wars, and quite honestly, he seems to be winding down on intensity of the border, which is pissing off people like Ann Coulter, who I love to see pissed off. I think the worst aspects of a Trump presidency are behind us. Then again, maybe this is just naivete. It's entirely possible. I don't speculate.
How you doing, boy?
Based on what he's been saying and his actual, like, you know, what he's campaigning on, it's been far better than last time, I think, honestly.
Yeah, you all right there, boy?
And honestly, I was not very surprised to see some of the bad things that he did, but I was surprised to see fewer of them than I was expecting. I expected him to be doing far worse than he has been so far. Again, this is not an endorsement. Even if I do wind up voting for Donald Trump, I will do so in the midst of vomiting. Also, it would be it would almost be a curse because I have not voted for a winning candidate in almost any election. There have been a couple of local candidates, like mine, very, very down ballot candidates who I've voted.
Real good.
But nobody anywhere above anything above a city election. I've never voted for a candidate who won. So I don't know if I don't know if Trump supporters even want me. I don't pick winners very well. But yeah, I didn't vote for president in 2016. Because again, the same reasons I may not this time. Because there was no even minimally acceptable option at the time. Trump had promised to commit war crimes in the name of the American people. Hillary Clinton was Hillary Clinton. What more can I say? And Gary Johnson was also one infringing on things like freedom of association, freedom of religion, and of course was vehemently pro-choice, and not just on a state level. He was a national pro-choice activist in favor of religion. Cannot in good conscience support any of those. 2016. This year, I don't know. Trump may have improved enough. I have not come to a decision on it. I'm open to convincing one way or the other, quite frankly. I've been asking. Unfortunately, though, I've been asking a lot of my anti-Trump friends to convince me. Oh wait, not that one. Oh.
This ain't your business.
I wanna die. Don't shoot me!
There we go.
Could you free me, please?
Very sorry I couldn't save him.
You're one of the good ones, ain't you? Thank the Lord for that. Will you get me out of here?
Yeah.
Get me away from these men.
Anything I can do to help you in your time of need, man.
I'm in residence at Van Horn, if that ain't too far.
Not at all. Come on.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Okay. Climb on up. WizKid says, well, if that's the case, then by all means, vote for Biden. No, absolutely not. I'm not in the business of committing mortal sin, so long as I can avoid it. So, no. absolutely not. That doesn't mean that I'm vote for Trump or even Jorgensen, though. So.
Huh? You must be used to foul-acting men, then.
This weren't my first run-in with those crazy... No!
Very
Still,
sorry about that.
poor Bradley. He wasn't the brightest nor the bravest, but... Oh my, no one deserves that.
Bradley? Was he the fellow with you?
Yeah, Bradley Hunt, old friend of my cousin's, was taking me home. Guess he thought he could talk himself out of the situation with them.
Busy worrying about his own skin, huh? Doesn't sound like much of a man.
Maybe, maybe not. Good men is hard to come by around these parts, though. Real men ain't like fellas in the books I read. Just hope I can trust you, mister.
Sure.
We're getting close now.
Sure. Oh, jeez.
It's nice riding like this. Almost makes me forget about what happened.
Can't imagine life if it ain't on horseback.
Kevin says I was talking to Philip, a friend of ours, and I think he brought in the crazy neocons in order to brand and then cut them off, effectively castrating them. Look at Bolton. Who even cares about him now? That's a good point. That is a really good point.
Take this for your time and your care.
It weren't nothing, ma'am, really.
Well, it was to me. It sure was to me.
All right, it's nice.
Back to the wolves. Poor woman.
No kidding. All right, let's keep on going. But yeah, that is very true. Interesting. That's terrible. I think that guy may have died. Hey, listen. I'm just gonna go. Listen, it's not my fault. That was Buell's fault. I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna go right this way. Never see me again. Good sir. Goodbye. You following me? He's chasing after me. Well, he didn't have to die. Off. Very sorry. I hate that it gives you dishonor if there is someone shooting at you and you fire back. That bothers me. Anyway, before we get into the mess with Micah, I want to read a couple of these chats. So, WizKid also despises neocons. Yeah, totally understand. Anything that will piss off somebody like Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter is actually the largest reason that I left conservatism, largely speaking. Got off the George W. Bush train. Was how absolutely insufferable people like Ann Coulter got. WizKid says, unfortunately, JoJo gets a pass from me too, even though I'm sad about it. Yeah, if it had been somebody like Jacob Hornberger, it would have been a very, very good candidate who I probably could have voted for. But JoJo is yet another LP typical pragmatist caucus type, which unfortunately is, first of all, party line pro-choice, which is awful. But then also the worst at messaging I've seen since Gary Johnson. Bill Weld is worse, but whatever. Bill Weld is basically Hillary Clinton in a different wig. WizKid says, it's pretty interesting. Good men seem to be perpetually in short supply. Yeah, no kidding. Self-defense is dishonorable. It's like Antifa ripped this game or something. What is this? It was a half joke, but whatever. Alright, let's see about Micah. Not that I to do this. Actually, you know what? First, hold on. Let me check something. Player. Not player. Compendium. Where's the compendium? Story? Progress. Compendium. Weapons. Meters. Alright, I'm fully familiar with the Evans, so I don't need to use that anymore for now. I like the gun. It is a very nice gun. But I have full 100% familiarity with the thing, so that means I can move on to the next repeater, which will be the Litchfield. Yeah, look at that. Almost no familiarity down there in the bottom. So that is going to be the next one. WizKid says, I just hate how socially liberal libertarians always means baby murder is okay and posturing is. Yeah, I am not a big fan of most of the Libertarian Party's platforms. There's a lot of it that is just infected by, I would say, the left libertarians in part, but also just run-of-the-mill Hillary Clintonite leftists. That is just absolutely antithetical to what we ought to mean liberty. We are very, very far from the old halcyon days of the Ron Paul Revolution, which is a damn shame because those were some good days. Let's clean up our. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Absolute nonsense time.
Ah, there he is. Old Black Lung Morgan.
Shut up.
Was you followed?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Was you followed?
You know who you're talking to.
I ain't sure. I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's law whenever you're around.
Is that so? Because it seems to me that since you've been riding with us, there ain't been nothing but trouble. Stirring things up all the time, getting in Dutch's ear. Seems wherever you is, there's Pinkertons and vice versa. So you better watch your goddamn mouth, boy! Or...
Take it easy, cowboy. You're gonna do yourself a mischief way you're heading.
Micah, shut it!
He started it! Dutch says we is to go on with plans to create a diversion. Gotta get some explosives to blow up the bridge. Keep the army out of here a few days.
I think it's a real bad idea.
Yeah, I'd have loved to have let him swing early on.
What you think?
For a lot of reasons that we will see that will gradually be revealed.
One last time. Then he and I will head to Blackwater, collect the money, and help everyone leave. He's got a boat lined up.
Blackwater's a fool's errand. Everyone knows it. Even a greedy moron like you.
It's Dutch's choice, Arthur. You're just a senior gun, same as the rest of us. Only you ain't well.
I'm fine.
Then you'll do Dutch's bidding, which is robbing a stage that's coming from Annisburg full of explosives.
Rob a stage. All we seem to ever do is rob a stage, you and me.
Oh my god, you know who he reminds me of?
I got my own planning to do.
Oh, what's his name?
Shit. Guess we have. Come on, Arthur.
And Cowpoke.
Simmons. Is it?
Take it easy. You could do with a vacation.
The hell is the guy's name? The NID guy from Stargate SG-1. The other colonel? The guy that O'Neill is always getting into fights with? It's not Simmons. That's the other guy. The really sketchy dude. I cannot remember his name right now for the life of me, but man, that's who was starting to remind me. A lot of his mannerisms.
You hear about Dutch killing Cornwall?
Well, that needed to be done. Hey, hold up a second. Pinkerton Patrol, over there. Okay.
Jesus.
I think we're clear. Let's head off. Anyway, you were saying.
Right now? With the Pinkertons breathing down our necks?
See, I'm starting to think that you've gone soft, Morgan.
And Kevin says Ron Paul Revolution is always in my heart, even though I am what I am now. Those were awesome times. Fun fact: I have a $1 bill signed by Ron Paul. Find it somewhere. It's on my bookshelf somewhere. Because it's not worth very much otherwise. So what with the whole fiat currency thing, so I figured that would be the thing for him to sign.
Completely, or it'll never get done. So I was thinking, you go play dead, and I'll take care of him.
No, I'm the better shot, and You're the better actor. No, you play dead and I'll cover you.
I
The
got
world's
that.
happening over.
I got that. Oh, that's them coming now, I think. It'll be quite the
Oh, it's
show.
kind of. Update for everybody. Kylie is in the Zoom call as expected. So that is good. And she's having a great time. Oh, I gotta go right here, don't I? Okay. Now this is Bill. Ah, oh, damn it. What happened? Bill died. What am I supposed to do? Not shoot everybody? Anyway, WizKid says, you know who I miss? The damn Tea Party folks. They murdered Breitbart. I don't know. They didn't murder Breitbart. They were Breitbart folks. I miss Andrew Breitbart in particular. That's who I miss. Andrew Breitbart was brilliant, and the organization that followed after him is, quite frankly, not worthy of his name. It's okay, and they're all right sometimes. They do some great media stuff, but Andrew Breitbart himself was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I should shoot, like, the driver. Nope. Okay, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, honestly. Should I just wait? I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be more patient. See what happens. See how this plays out. Oh, okay. WizKid says, I didn't mean the Tea Party killed him. I mean, them killed him. Dude was amazing. Love to have seen his take on Pizzagate. Oh, God, yeah. And I mean, I tend to take Pizzagate pretty seriously. Even if it's not specifically correct. I mean, at this point, we all know there is basically a cabal of pedophiles who are in charge of most of culture and politics. Pretty obviously. So, yeah. Is it Carcano?
Come on, let's get.
It's Carcano. Oh, come on. Yes, but I have a perfect position. All right. WizKid says, obvious to anyone without an obvious, disgusting agenda. Yeah, I agree.
See if we can get this back to camp without blowing ourselves up. Nice shooting back there.
That's cool. That was pretty good.
I could use a drink after that.
Oh, no. Just never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Deal with them, Arthur!
Ah, Jesus.
Well, quick! They get off one good day. I'm trying. Come. I thought there was no law in that for
Hey, got him.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
Shoot them, Arthur, before they blow us to high hell!
got him. We're good.
Still more behind us.
That's not behind us. Damn it.
On our right, Arthur. Damn it! You need to take him out, Arthur. They're aiming for the dynamite. We need to deal with this. We're leading them right back to camp.
What do you think I'm doing?
Damn it. Oh! Well, okay, there we go. I think we're done. Bye, Bill. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Maybe I should have my semi-automatic shotgun here instead of the instead of the sawed-off. Holy crap, that was bad. Oh, man. All right, let's try that again, shall we? And we're waiting. Yeah, I can see why the can I get off? Ah, darn it. Yeah, I can see why the shotgun is called a coach gun. But whatever.
I could use a drink after that. Oh, no.
Flying high again, absolutely, Kim. Have some pork.
Deal with them, Arthur. Okay, I'm trying. Quick! They get off one good shot and I'll blow his boat to Kingdom Come. I thought there was no law in Vanport.
Does that really matter right now, man?
God damn it! Still more behind us. Shoot them, Arthur, before they blow us to high hell.
Jesus. That one.
On our right, Arthur. Damn it! You need to take him out, Arthur. We need to deal with this. We're leading them right back to camp.
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, shit.
I may have to restart the mission and go with the shotgun. And yes, WizKid, I'm going to retry mission. Because, yeah, you're absolutely right in terms of the variety of shot. Because for this, honestly, shotgun slugs are probably the best thing for this kind of mid-range, jostly bumpy kind of thing. So let's start the mission over. Ride through a bill again. Let's wait in the tower. Let's shoot people with our rifle. And let's have our semi-automatic shotgun ready.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah.
Old
Just,
black lung
I do not
warrior
need to listen to Mike. I've had quite enough of his absolute nonsense. Can't I use my Carcano rifle? It's far better. Semi-auto shotgun slugs. Exactly what I'm at. Okay, let's go.
Marcus says we should jump it as soon as it comes through Van Horn.
Yeah, WizKid says in real life and in video games. How often does that happen? Yeah, not really.
Orders from Dutch, same as always.
Shotguns are actually pretty decently accurate in this game, which is surprising.
Unhinged. You hear about Dutch killing Cornwall?
Hey, hold up a second. Pinkerton Patrol, over there. Okay.
Yeah, Kevin loves using slugs in real life. It's incredible damage. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that
Little
needed
deer
to be
slug.
done.
Right now, with the Pinkertons breathing down
Not exactly
our
high
necks,
velocity, but it
See,
doesn't exactly
I'm
need to be.
starting to think that you've gone soft, Morgan. Okay. Let's hold up here.
Okay.
So, the wagon will be coming from that way, down from Annisburg. It'll take the two of us to stop it completely, or it'll never get done. So, I was thinking, you go play dead, and I'll take care of him.
No, I'm the better shot, and you're the better actor. No, you play dead, and I'll cover you.
I got that. I got that. Oh, that's them coming now, I think. It'll be quite the show.
Quickly switch some weapons here. I want the my Carcano rifle. And my shotgun. Can I switch to my Carcano? I can't, can I? Quick about this. Now I gotta hurry. Alright. We're good. I have my Arcano, which is much, much better. I've got my shotgun. Alright, perfect. Just what I wanted. Alright, this will help a lot. Shot a deer clean through the shoulder with a cheap 2 3¼ slug. First deer kill ever. Nice.
Beautiful place. These people. Move, you idiot! Move! Come on, let's get you out of.
Oh, come on. There we go. Really? Where'd he go? Alright, he's just running, it's fine. Okay. All right, let's give this another shot with a better suited weapon for it.
Nice drug playing.
Comes naturally.
Sure does, huh?
Drink after that.
Oh, no. Just never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Deal with him, Arthur!
Okay, I'm trying.
Quick! One good shot and I'll blow his throat to Kingdom Come! I thought there was no law in there.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
Damn it! You need to take him out, Arthur! Stop that!
Damn it. Come on.
Shoot him, Arthur, before they blow us to high hell! I'm all right, Arthur! Oh, shit! They're aiming for the dynamite!
No, they're gonna hit it too.
We need to deal with this. We're leading them right back to camp.
Right in the same spot too. Well, I think that was a little better. I need to manage my reloads better, I think, is the problem. Let's give it another shot. I never do well on this mission. It's a very difficult say. Or I'm just not very good at it. That's possible. I'm not very good at coach gunning, I will say. I can trace my aim in just fine if I'm not bouncing all over the place, but the moment we start moving like that, a lot less so.
See if we can get this back to camp without blowing ourselves up.
With the slugs, I just have to be more patient, that's all.
How's drunk playing?
Comes natural. I could use a drink after that.
Now, no. This never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Deal with them, Arthur!
Okay, I'm trying.
Quit! They get one good shot and I'll blow us both to Kingdom Come! I thought there was no law in there for them.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
Damn it! You need to take them out, Arthur!
Oh my god, there we go.
God damn it! Still more behind us! I'm all right, Arthur! Oh, shit! They're aiming for the dynamite! Shoot them, Arthur, before they blow us to high hell!
And I'm making progress, but oh damn it.
We don't have to deal with this! We're leading them right back to camp!
What do you think I'm doing?
I mean, I can. I have dynamite. I have dynamite. And I'm thinking about doing that. That might be a decent idea. Then again, it also might be very, very bad, because it also might blow up our own dynamite wagon, which might be horrifying. Far, far worse. But it might be worth a try. I'm actually going to give it a shot this time. Why not? I've been using my explosive slugs a little bit. Reload time on that semi-automatic shotgun is just really, really slow. I don't know if it's any better on any other shotguns. Shotguns just reload really slow in this game. Like absurdly
See
slow.
if we can get this back to camp without
Oh,
blowing ourselves
I
up.
can't. I can't use my thrown weapons. Or my knife. Use a pistol. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go pistol. It's much faster. Can actually snap off shots pretty quick. It's quick to reload.
Could use a drink after that.
Now, no. Just never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Deal with them, Arthur!
Okay, I'm trying.
Well, quit! They get off one good shot and they'll blow us both to Kingdom Come! I thought there was no law in there for them.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
Got him. Okay, this is working better. I have one little hole in the cart, but a lot less than I did, so okay. Oh, hey, Kevin. Southern Illinois. That's good.
God damn it! Still more behind us! Oh, shit! They're aiming for the dynamite!
Not anymore. Now they're dead.
I'm all right, Arthur!
Really? Let's cheat.
We need to deal with this! We're leading them right back to camp!
What do you think I'm doing?
There we go.
Okay. I don't see any more.
All right!
Use like half my ammo for the pistol. Damn.
Don't reckon
WizKid says, bit away from the thumb, but I would go down there sometime to learn how to drive. Learn how to shoot with you. Finding people up here who I'm comfortable asking can be difficult. Hey, awesome. I'm glad you guys are thinking about getting together. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know, I've had it with the moment. Look, there's Micah up ahead. Great.
Great. Micah, just who I wanted. Oh, Jesus.
We got it. Yes, we got it.
What's wrong, Arthur?
Nothing at all, boss.
John, go drive this over to Bacchus Bridge. Get it hidden near there.
He really does think he's in charge.
You go on ahead.
Shit.
I need to speak with Arthur. Good work, son.
What's going on?
Listen, I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and you find me irritating and a threat, and I like to annoy you. But right now, I need better from you, Arthur.
Okay, Micah. Whatever you say.
I ain't the bad guy you think I am, Arthur. But I am a survivor. Stick with me and you'll live. Oh, the bridge is probably a two-man job. You should probably go help Marston.
Why don't you?
Like I said, Dutch and I got planning to do for the train. There's a big picture here, Arthur. Trust me.
I agree, WizKid. I too find Micah way beyond annoying. Absolutely shootable. Make more pistol ammo, or yeah, I'm gonna sit right here really quick. Make some pistol ammo before. Actually, you know what? I can do this mission. I can do this one, and that should basically wrap us up for the night. We got about 15 minutes. Yes, I absolutely agree, WizKid. 100%. He is full of bullshit. All the way over there. Oh my god, why am I wanted here? Why am I wanted in New Hanover? What did I do? Let's go.
Yep.
Is that from the stupid thing in Valentine? No way. I thought I paid that stupid bounty. It's ridiculous.
That's my boy.
All right.
Okay. Take it easy.
Oh, is this the wild man? It is the wild man, and that's a wolf. Oh, jeez. Ah, damn it. I agree, WizKid. I'll give them one thing. Rockstar sure as hell knows how to craft an insufferable antagonist. They sure as hell do. Between Micah and those damn Pinkertons. God, those Pinkertons too. Don't worry. Don't worry. The end approaches gradually. Let's have a snack. Alright, that was dumb. Alright, let's go. Put on our hat. Glad to hear shotgun ammo is still available. I know handgun stuff is basically impossible these days.
You okay, boy? Hey there!
Anyway. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's go and help John out this job and have a nice discussion, nice chat with John about his future things.
You're a good boy.
You know, it's like I was mentioning way earlier, a while ago, that we're talking about Epicureanism next week. Should be a lot of fun. So I'm in the oh, good. Kevin says I managed to get 100 rounds of 9mm, but damn, it's hard to come by. Yeah. But yeah, I was saying we're discussing Epicureanism next week, and that is part of the sort of generalized, general core stuff for the Honors Acquisition of Knowledge course. So all of the Acquisition of Knowledge classes do that, and then I sort of branch out and do my own thing. And I'm wondering why Epicureanism, when there are so many other options of things we could discuss, even in the book we're using. Because quite frankly, who takes Epicureanism seriously outside of, like, interest? I guess the author of this section of the book does, and I'll see about that and see how that goes, but I'm probably going to be taking something from Plato as a adding as my own kind of criticism of Epicureanism, probably something from the Republic, for Wednesday's class to kind of follow up on it, because again, I don't really understand why there are people who take Epicureanism seriously. I mean, I get current year, but really, still, seems rather silly, the thing to actually take with any level of philosophical seriousness. Oh, geez, let's wander through here very carefully. Yeah, apparently enough people do take Epicureanism seriously for it to be one of the things that we wind up reading about and discussing with actual philosophical seriousness. That is a good question, WizKid. Where did you get the arming sword? Because on that same note, I wound up. So actually, this is a really interesting topic. I almost forgot to mention this because I love talking about this. I brought a couple of swords as a demonstration. Not that kind of demonstration. As a demonstration, as a historical demonstration to class. I have a $20 bounty. Where'd that come from? Brought a couple of swords to one of my classes this week on Wednesday. Because we were talking about Taoism earlier this week and some of the differences between Taoism and modern Western philosophy, especially mechanistic, sort of post-Cartesian kind of thing. And it matches up with some of the research that I did some time ago about different ways that different cultures and different philosophies have of conceiving of and therefore treating a weapon in the hand. And also in design, and in technique, and in style, and all of that stuff. Oh, right here. Why it told me to cross. And so I brought equivalent weapons, basically. I brought a jian, so a Chinese straight sword, and I brought a 17th, 18th century European small sword. Go with that, and where's my... Didn't need either. Let's grab it. Anyway. Yeah, Albion is a good sword maker. Is it Athena? There's another really good supplier that starts with an A other than Albion for European swords that I can pretty highly... I forget what it is, but...
How you doing?
Point you to it if you're interested. Let me know. Oh.
I've been nervous for a while. I had a lot of time to think in that jail and
feel like I just don't know Dutch no more.
You ain't the only one.
And this plan to get us out, it just feels... I don't know.
Like he's stringing us along, I know.
Killing, cold blood, revenge. We all do bad things, but he seems to enjoy it now. It's like he just wants to create more enemies, more chaos.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I love Dutch. He saved me a long time ago. I feel like in Saint Denis, when I got arrested, maybe he could have done something.
I feel like you should take your woman and child and get lost.
Do you?
You could give something to Jack. It's that or... Well, I don't see no way out of this.
What about
yeah, that is true, WizKid. Scalagram is great on sword stuff. I actually like...
I'll be okay, but do it for me. It would make me...
What's his name? The Italian guy.
Good, if that makes any sense.
As far as word reviews goes.
Little, but...
Listen to me.
Metatron. Metatron. He does great stuff on at least on the stuff he knows a lot about.
And now?
Now we gotta help Dutch give the army one final tweak on its nose.
Yeah, come on. Help me with the rest of this.
Yeah, I agree with Kid. This is the heart-to-heart the whole game's been building to. This is really good. This is a good relationship that's been gradually building. Started off really antagonistic, but now he really cares.
Let's ride this thing out onto the bridge. There's a spot about a third of the way across where we can get down underneath to plant the
Oh wow, this takes way too much focus.
Already set up the detonator.
Sure, let's get this over with. You hear about Dutch and Cornwall?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. More enemies, more chaos. I mean, we're about to blow up a bridge, for Christ's sake. All right, stop. Here's good.
We sure got a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, Metatron is, yeah, you're right, infinitely less whiny, and he's at least as knowledgeable as Scalagram. Schola Gladiatoria is also good, but he's more into straightforward history than reviews of things. And of course you get Shadiversity, but he's got weird restrictions because he's in Australia, and you can't so much as ship a butter knife to Australia without a special license, so...
Okay, start lowering it. All right, take it slow. That's not something we want to drop. Okay, good. Grab the other one.
Oh, has it been too quiet? Let me fix it. Should have told me. Oh, geez, what happened? That's weird. There we go. Second. I mean, I know we're in the literally the last 5 minutes of the stream, but I can still fix it. I hope it didn't just crash. Hello. All right, there we go. Let's do settings. Do this really quick, just so it'll work better for next. Audio, dialogue, all the way up and back. That'll do us. All right, that should help. Sorry about that, WizKid. I had no idea. Let's try this again. Let me know if that's better. That's better. Oh, jeez, I'm not. No, I'm okay. Yeah, that's true. Like, WizKid says, yeah, like, I know meaning Scalagram, or any of them really, respect how desperately people want to turn it into a martial art in the philosophical sense. Ema's all about history and not enough not enough about how you live your life properly. Yeah, very true. And that said, to be perfectly fair about it, I will say that Western martial arts don't have that same spiritual component that Eastern martial arts do. And there's reasons for that, and this actually kind of comes down to what I was talking about with respect to the
There's one on each of the main support beams.
with respect to the different swords and the different sword styles. So I brought a Jian, so a Chinese straight sword, and a European small sword, Italian style, a three-edged European small sword. And the differences between the two are significant, even though I think the most interesting thing about the pair of them is that the two of them they're basically the same weapon, or at least they played the same social role. Both of them were weapons for a gentleman, an aristocrat who if he needed to defend himself, or if he needed to defend his honor, whatever. In use in civilian duels with other people similarly armed, or against an assailant, right? And so in any case, right, in either of these cases, right, it was the same type of weapon, except they're designed so incredibly differently. And I brought up the point that battlefield weapons are all the same. You look at a battlefield weapon in the East or in the West, and no matter what culture it is, it's basically the same thing. If you look at a spear, it's a spear. It's a pointy metal bit on the end of a long pole that you give to a peasant and tell him to stick it in the other guy.
Shit, I think I hear something coming, Arthur.
Uh-oh, let's go. This is bad.
Train! Arthur, get up here quick! I'm on my way.
Great.
Faster, buddy, come on!
Working on it, John.
Arthur! A train! Come on, quick! Pump this stupid thing as hard as you can! Let's go!
Uh-oh.
Just get to the end of the bridge and jump! Faster! Get ready to jump! It's right on us! Come on!
Oh, God. Oh, God. That was fun.
Thank you. No problem.
I mean, materials differed, right? The shape of the head can differ depending on armor types, right? But it's still very materialistic. Like, if you look at the difference between a Messer and a Dao, a German Messer and a Chinese Dao, they're basically the same weapon with a slightly different guard. The words even mean the same thing. They both mean knife.
I think the line held.
Okay, hopefully.
Honest?
Absolutely. Sure. I love explode. Let's do it. Oh, that was a nice one. Oh, look at those sparks. That's pretty.
Well, I guess old Dutch got all the smoke he wants.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so. You really think that that'll draw attention away from us? I guess we'll see. Tell the truth, I ain't even sure I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this. Like I said, John, when the time comes, you go. What about loyalty to everything? You've been loyal. I've been loyal. Look what that cost. You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It was all I knew. It's all I ever believed in. Well, not anymore, John. Soon, you gotta go. Go. Don't look back. I'll think about it. I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our necks, and for what exactly? For an idea that don't work no more. How you mean? You know just what I mean. You got a family. You need cash. You need to start building a life for yourself. Me? I need a vacation. And Dutch has all the money for safekeeping. You know something? Abigail thinks she might know where some of that money is. Well, you tell her she better make sure. And then come talk to me. And we'll find out just who and what we should be loyal to.
I don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Yeah!
Yeah. Good. Very good. But yeah, Wizkid, I think you said it best there on that note. This is something maybe I can pick up later. But I definitely do want to talk about this really shortly, so I've got the time. Yeah, that was, man. Arthur's seeing it clearly now. He's there to help John. Because he sees hope in John. Hope that he doesn't see in himself at this point. That's wonderful. But yeah, I think on the swords note, I think Wizkid, you said it really well there. Probably better than I could, right? I get it. Westerners tend to objectify, whereas Easterners tend to extend the self. It makes me sad because there's parallels to be made that no one has bothered to make outside of fantasy. Kind of. I will say, though, the pre-modern West, a medieval, actually truly medieval martial arts, not Renaissance, but medieval swordplay does tend to extend the self in a similar respect to Eastern swordplay. Not quite to the same degree, but similarly. It's a whole body exercise fighting with a, say, a 12th century, 13th century, more like a 13th century longsword, earlier ones. Or particularly even earlier than that, right? Not to the same extent that you would use a jian, because, and why I picked the sort of gentlemanly weapons is because the two of them are they are very, very highly skill focused. They're very much about, oh Jesus. They're very highly skill focused in that the wielders are not going to be untrained soldiers. These are going to be men of leisure who have time to dedicate to knowing their weapon very well and learning how to use it. Done. Oh, hey, hold on, get back here. Where are you? I finish you off. Sorry there. All over. Anyway. But because they both rely on technique, you can see the minute differences much more in how they're treated. And you're very much right. The Western European swords are treated as objects to be manipulated. And you see this in the sort of Renaissance fencing guides as well, the handbooks and things. Whereas traditional, especially Chinese, but also Japanese and Vietnamese and Korean, any Eastern martial art that's based in something like Taoism, it sees the weapon as an extension of the self, purely an extension of the self. Right? It's not like guides to Eastern martial arts are not written in the sense of do this with the weapon or like do this, make the weapon do this. It's done more in the sense of do this, right? And the weapon is what's doing it. So that's it illustrates the difference between ways of thinking about the world, this sort of modern Western European mechanistic way, and whereas the Eastern way extends the self into the world. And you see a parallel with the Eastern way of thinking. This is a oops, I didn't need. You see a parallel with some Western thinkers, like somebody like Martin Heidegger, with the notion of readiness to hand, treating objects not as objects, but as tools, as something to... Anyway. I think that was something cool. That was something certainly neat. I'll probably, I may at some point, like, bring some of these out and show on stream and show what I mean, that sort of thing at one time or another, if you guys are interested in a topic like this. Hell, maybe I'll even do a video on it, sort of talking about the differences and philosophical differences. using these as examples. But right now, it's well after midnight. I think it's about time we wrap it up for tonight. So thank you all for coming by. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see all of you hopefully on Monday for some more Mass Effect 2. We're probably going to be doing a ton of side quests on Monday. So there will be plenty of opportunity to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Because side quests tend to be a little bit sparse on philosophical information. But otherwise, hopefully, I will see you on Monday, and then I will see you again on Thursday for more Red Dead as things continue to wind down. We may actually finish the main story next... sorry, not Wednesday. Did I say Wednesday? I meant Thursday. Next Thursday, we may actually finish the main story of Red Dead Redemption. So that's coming up quickly. And then after that, we will be moving on to the epilogue, and then after that, we will be moving on to whatever is next. It looks like Dragon Age. So just a few weeks, that'll be coming up. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will see all of you next time. Good night.